Happy Sunday, Mike from Hound Dog Media here, and it's time for another episode of Con to Couch. With so many conventions delayed or canceled this year, we're bringing the best guests and the coolest hangouts of that experience right to you in the comfort of your own home. We do have another installment of our Buck Rogers virtual tabletop tonight, in which Black Barney and the crew of the Free Enterprise continue to run down leads from their almost disastrous foray into salvaging a ship last week. But before we get to that, we've got a very special segment here for you. Flint Dille has been on an Indiana Jones-style excursion into the depths of his old storage units that go back to the beginnings of his career in the early 80s. And he's got some very special finds from that, some really kind of unique treasures that he's going to go ahead and tell us about right now.
Oh, yeah. Well, actually, if you want to see them, you can look on my Facebook page. I kind of post them as I find them. But a lot of people, I've found a lot of miscellaneous items. And I, of course, turned to Mr. JZP, aka Scrugg here, John Zerplatten, to help me sell some of the things on eBay. And I'm starting with fairly generic stuff. It's things, like books I have from way back when we were at Dungeon and Dragon Entertainment Corporation, and things that from when my sister was running TSR and stuff like that. And they're just normal things. They have a little bit of provenance because they're actually sitting in Gary's mansion. So, you have this kind of stolen wizard dust on them. So we're going to start that, and I will keep everybody posted on my Facebook page. John's going to turn this stuff live. My problem is I've never seen. Basically what happened to me is I opened up the closet. Just thought I was going to organize everything, and we discovered our floor had rotted out. And long on story short on whatever. My wife informed me that she wasn't doing this again in another 10 years. So I have to get rid of all extra stuff. Okay. Wow. So, hopefully people will enjoy it. And so that's really it. What else should I be telling them, John?
I think you covered it pretty well. We have a lot. We're going to do this sort of in stages. And so we're going to start with some really cool stuff from second edition D&D, stuff that came out of Gary's mansion. There's some cool modules. We've got an entire set of second edition rule books that'll be going live, some Game Master stuff. And then there's also some of the other board games that TSR and RPG games that TSR was putting out kind of in that same time period. So those will be going, and probably I would say Wednesday or Thursday, the first set of auctions will go live. That is about it. I think they're going to provide
Jade hair.
Pardon?
Do you have a copy of the Jade hair? Because those are pop out when places like Flint's floor falls out. Those are like so rare.
Yeah. There's a few rare items in there that I think people will find interesting and appealing. I know there's a few things that are very difficult to find. And obviously things will be at various price points, sort of depending on where they kind of land in the marketplace. We're going to start them all at a reasonable price so that people can jump in. And the idea is that these funds will be used to kind of help facilitate development on other projects, which is
that was the rule. I forgot about that part. Is the deal I made with my wife, who was okay, fine. If I sell anything, the money has to go to funding new projects. And anybody's been paying attention to the latest Indiana Jones quest and my thing, there are a lot of new projects that need funding. So you're kind of giving it to a weird kind of creative charity. Let's put it that way.
Jay Parker, you invited me on here, so I spend money. I'm see through you now.
Your wife's gonna kick my ass, dude.
She is going to.
I swear to God,
5 shelves here of stuff, and I'm getting all excited. I don't even know what you have.
This is just
it's fun stuff. I mean, I don't know, how would you describe it, Jay? You've been seeing most of it on Facebook.
Oh, it's freaking gold, and Zach's wife's gonna kick my ass. I'm sorry, Jen. I sincerely apologize. I didn't realize until after the fact that
that's okay. It's cool. That's how you find
it. So my eBay profile is Hannah Veshel, which was a character I created for a video game called Fear Effect back in the day. And if you just go and add me as one of your favorite sellers and get a notification for when I put items up for auction, you'll see it. I think probably Wednesday or Thursday, the first that'll be live.
And for those who are interested, JCP's eBay seller profile is in the links in both the Facebook and the YouTube chat. So just watch for him there. Click the link and go add him as a favorite there and watch for him live on Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah, awesome. Thank
Right.
you.
And then, yeah, if this goes well and it doesn't drive me crazy, then there'll be some kind of really cool and unique stuff going on up in the next couple of weeks. Depending on whether you're into TSR stuff or Transformers or G.I. Joe or weird video games from the 90s. Or,
how can you be watching this and not be into some of those things, though?
Yeah, I know. I figured I was shooting fish in a barrel here.
Why you start
but there are many different flavors.
The Army term is target-rich environment.
Yeah, target-rich environment. Yes, exactly. Yeah. No, I figured that was a pretty good place to be doing it.
Bear trap.
Yeah, Flint touched a lot of real pulp culture icons of that era, obviously, and there's some really interesting stuff in there. There's some stuff that just doesn't exist anywhere else. So that'll be cool as we continue to kind of put stuff up. But yeah, I think there's something in there for everybody.
Yeah, except my wife. She wants none of it to be anywhere near us. That's
my wife
real
wouldn't
issue.
want it either. But I do.
Yeah.
Zach will just send you a blank check, and you just fill in the blank and send him all the stuff. Because
you can't do that because I will. I don't have any kids, and I have more money than I probably need, so I will buy things silly because I just can. And this would be the worst excuse. So I am sorry you brought me on here. I'll see you guys on Wednesday.
so you're actually, since you actually showed up in the game, though, it's figuring out what you're interested in, so you can have advance notice and
all
stuff.
of it.
Like people that come, well, like right behind me, stuff that people are into or they're not. It's mostly Buck Rogers stuff. Because my grandfather created it, and so all the garbage behind me is Buck Rogers.
I have to see
then I sort of have clumps, but they're more organized by decade than by.
It is archaeology.
It's total archaeology. I mean, seriously, for the last figure I moved into this place in 1985. Okay, I mean I started writing the Transformer movie in my old apartment. I finished writing it here. Okay, that's that put in a geek culture context.
Back when Don Johnson was big, that's awesome.
Yeah, Don Johnson was huge. I mean, he hadn't even done Nash Bridges yet, right? And Tin Cup, Tin Cup was in his future. He was still doing Miami Vice. So anyway, it's over the years I'd be doing a project, and if the project gets finished, throw everything in a box, throw it into this large storage area you can see the corner of behind me. And this goes on for 35 years. And so now we're sitting here in 2020, and it is literal archaeology. I found projects I even forgot working on.
Talking. Okay.
Yeah, I found things I'd forgotten never working on.
Yeah, there's some great stuff in there.
So Jay, you can start us up here anytime you want. I'm ready. I'm ready to die as a.
As is, I'm very blessed that Zach's wife doesn't have my phone number because she's kind of giving me.
I have your address though.
That's true. I sent her a knife. So the mistakes I make. Arm with Zach's wife. All right. So
there was irony in that.
I even sent her $1 with it too because it's a tradition. You send a knife with $1. So.
Yes. Thank you.
Sorry. Okay, so last week on Buck Rogers, Black Barney and crew took the Free Enterprise 2 out on a joyride to make sure there was nothing wrong with it, and came across a derelict rocket. Inside, they found a dead crew, and then 2 Terrorines that were infected with a technovirus, in which Klondo got his head blown off by Judy. The first kill she's probably gotten the entire game since we started playing.
Good job.
And we had some uncomfortable moments that we shall not revisit. Yes, ladies.
It wasn't me, was it?
Now. And they left the rocket with the gear that they managed to salvage, and they just boarded the Free Enterprise, and then they vaporized the rocket ship with their whatever cannon was on the ship. So, and then since the guy who played Black Barney is not here, we have Zach Glazier, who's supposed to be Klondo today, but because we shifted around the cast once again, Zach is going to play Black Barney.
I'm going to play it right to the actual description too. Cruel and with a hissy voice. I can't do either of those things, but I'm going to win. Watch. The role-playing game is all about winning.
Zach comes to us from Frog God Games. If you've not ever been to their website, they do old school D&D style products. They do amazing stuff. I can't say anymore because I did release a couple Swords and Wizardry stuff. So, but I'll stop right there. But I'm the thing I'm done there, so now I can keep pimping their stuff out. We're also joined by JZP, who wrote this fantastic book, The Ultimate Guide to Video Game Writing and Design, which I read at the beach. If you are a game designer, or if you ever want to be a game designer, doesn't matter, pen and paper, tabletop, cards, whatever, this is the book you read first before you waste a professor's time. So
Thank you.
and he's also a game designer and a writer. I feel about this big, and my rubber duck has more IQ than I do compared to JZP. So it's great to have another surprise celebrity on the show. And he'll be playing Scrug today, who's yet to be represented on the show, even though that he's been around for a while. And then today, because Flint's contractor might show up, Flint will play Klondo. So let's see how Klondo can die tonight.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Klondo's going to do everything he can to stay alive. There will be no cowardly option. He's learned from dying in the last 3 games. There will be no cowardly option overlooked.
And for those of you not familiar with Klondo, he's supposed to be our industry surprise guest, and we've never been able to pull a cast off right to have the surprise guest. It's a clone that dies every episode, and he came from a cloning machine that was synchronized to the first person that climbed inside of it. And because Barney didn't want to do it himself first, he figured if they're the ship's idiot in the cloning machine, and now they're stuck with a machine that creates nothing but Klondos.
Yeah, who's the idiot now?
And Klondo does not know that he is a clone. So even though the time continues to pass by, Klondo just thinks, hey, that was pretty neat. Not realizing, of course, he comes out of the machine naked, can't figure out why he comes in, with clothes on and keeps coming out naked, but no one bothers.
Oh my God, you killed Klondo.
It's called
Siska continues to play Peg, the I love Black Barney, but he doesn't love me character. And then Kate plays Judy, the love interest of Black Barney, and it's not typecast, I swear to God. Siska just happened to get the same bloody characters because someone didn't write unique characters to the comic.
No, someone just likes his love triangles.
I know.
Well, it's got to be Buzz Dixon because he wrote like some of the comics, so we'll have to get Buzz on here and ask.
Well,
him.
that was always endemic to Buck Rogers. In all fairness to everybody here, there was always Killer Kane and Wilma and Ardala and
but Peg and Judy, like where did that come from?
I don't know. Punch and Judy. They'd show up a lot. I can't tell you.
All right. So the Free Enterprise 2, it was a prototype ship. The ship's AI is Dr. Theopolis Jr., as Barney calls it, because all it is a disc copy of Dr. Theopolis, who's on Pluto right now with Dr. Huer and Buck and Wilma as they plot to overthrow Masterload, who is the original Masterlink.
His name was Masterlink. It's now Masterload.
Yeah.
How did that? Who gave him that name? A Masterload's an interesting.
I don't know. When you said have free,
I like it. Okay, I know. I'm not fighting Masterload.
That's why Siska just smirks every time I say it.
I'm going with it. I was just curious.
All right.
That might be why he chose the name.
Hey, look.
I think it is.
The other stuff for the Draconian game, that's going to be epic. So just bear with me with the Black Barney. Let's kill shit.
I love the fact that the Draconians are showing up in here from the TV show, because we were like afraid to use stuff in the TV show in the 80s, but now it's kind of cool to have the 70s kind of winking into this project.
In 4 weeks, Cisco will be the core character, and I have an artist who's going to do some custom art for the other characters. You will have a really cool Draconian game going. And Flint has access to all the Draconian stuff I've written, so
There we go. Yeah.
I've written a whole bunch of stuff.
I'm not taking responsibility for it. I have access to it.
Yeah.
All right. Backdrop for the show for my green screen that had Gary Coleman with Tweaky. I was like, better not. But now that I know it's 80s friendly.
Oh, we had Tweaky. We had Tweaky as the episode.
Oh, we're very friendly.
Oh, look, the most brilliant thing I've seen on this run of Buck Rogers is what happened to Tweaky. Tweaky's not the Tweaky you remember. He's more like the bounty droid in Mandalorian.
Yeah, Tweaky's a homicidal maniac.
Yeah, he's not Mr. Beady like he used to be. He still says that, but people take him more seriously.
Oh, that's awesome.
All right. So
I don't know how you get taken seriously saying Beady, but he does.
Look, you got Luke Gygax to do it on the show. That was freaking hilarious.
Yeah, Luke is playing Tweaky.
Okay, so you guys bring the cargo on board the ship, and after you vaporize the transport rocket, and then Barney and Judy and Peg and Scrugg and Clondo, Scrugg and Clondo. Clondo comes out of the cloning thing, so Clondo's walking around the ship naked as usual.
If we just
and then Dr. Theophilus bongs over the loudspeaker.
Oh no, not again.
The cargo door has not been secured.
Wasn't Clondo supposed to do that?
Oh no, I don't think I'm doing that.
Clondo, we don't have any dollar bills. Go put on some clothes.
I know what happens to me when I you check this airlock doors.
Clondo, we're all out of cash.
Last time I got that when I did that last time. Through the airlock, it was very painful.
Wilma, will you take care of that? Jesus.
All right, I'm gonna go plug Clondo into the storage area and just leave him in there to take care of the storage lock door.
All right, so
let's lock the door behind him too, so he can't get.
So do you push Clondo into the storage bay?
Yeah.
Oh no!
So you go to open the door, and also there's a vacuum.
There's no vacuum. It won't even open.
Huh?
He's in the storage closet, she said, not the storage bay.
You pushed him in a locker?
Back in the closet.
Yeah, she put him in a locker. Like high school style, put the weave in the locker.
That is not what I meant. I meant the stuff.
Good job, Judy, you're getting mean. I like this.
I used to get wedgies and get hung up in a hook in the locker. I didn't like that.
Yep.
But there should be some uniforms in there, so go put on one.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to go over to the control console to see if there's perhaps a sensor thing telling us anything on the door about why it's not closing, if it's like a lock jam or what.
Well, did you actually open you went to the bay, right?
Yeah,
I thought I put him in a storage locker.
I thought I was putting him in the storage bay.
Well, it's storage bay. I did storage bay. So anyways, when you open the door, you and Clondo get a suck fest of vacuum. Let's see.
I'm offended.
So Judy, give me a roll. You're gonna roll your might. I believe that's on your sheet. Is that what it is?
Might?
Oh no, raw. Sorry.
Raw, okay.
Did you make our character sheets?
I've been geek-coring stuff too. I've been trying to multitask different game systems.
You've been doing geek-coring? Is that what you called it?
Wow.
You're hired.
Blix will get a kick out of that one. Okay. So anyways, go ahead and roll under your raw.
Yeah, so I got a 1 and my raw's 4.
Oh, that's epic. Okay, yeah. So you managed to grab on. Clondo doesn't get sucked out, but you end up grabbing Clondo, and you see that the cargo bay is open. The door is looks like it's been pried open.
Oh, okay.
See,
Clondo, close it.
See 10.
I don't think so.
Tinker Jennies. Remember the Tinker Jennies?
I'll be in the men's room. Just call me.
Partly decomposed Tinker Jennies, 10 of them, swarming towards the door where you're standing.
Okay, can I draw? So I'm hanging on to Klondo probably with one of my hands. Can I draw my laser pistol with the other one?
Or you kind of hold on to the door so you don't get sucked out.
Oh no!
What'd you say, Jay?
I said you're kind of holding onto a door so you don't get sucked out the
Oh shit, that's right. Okay. I'm gonna scream for Peg or Black Barney to come grab my hand.
No one can hear you screaming, Space, damn it. I'll go investigate. I think I hear a scream in the vacuum.
You guys definitely feel the vacuum as the ship slowly decompresses.
So is there like a?
I realize
would
it's
know
a
it's my
bad
ship.
idea, and
How
I'm
do I
staying
close
put.
that door? It's my ship. I should instantly know how to close that.
You go get your girl, dude. I'm going to see if there's anything on the bridge that could help, maybe.
I want the cargo. I want you to protect the cargo. That's not everything that we just went on.
Cargo. What about Klondo? We need him.
Yeah, the cargo. It's not
we can make more Klondos.
Damn, boss, you don't even like your girl enough to save her. You have to save Klondo first.
Okay, hold up. One person at a time. Scrug.
Space, and we can have another Klondo in 10 minutes.
No.
We don't want to lose this cargo.
No, Klondo, I gotta do some stuff. I'll be back in a while.
Okay, honestly, if these cargo is the actual goal, I would know as I'm the free enterprise. How do I?
Klondo's tried so hard not to die.
No, you should try hard to die spectacularly. I think it's spectacular, right? The win.
Oh, okay.
I'm ready for it.
Okay, I'm going straight to that cargo door. Oh, boy,
not
you almost
spectacular
got me
enough, Klondo.
fooled like I was worried about dying.
Yeah, with Klondo naked too, he's starting to get a case of frostbite.
Well, can I actually close the door with any panels, anything I know about on my own ship? Do I know how to close that door?
I can just ask Dr. Theopolis to close the door to the cargo bay.
Dr. Theopolis, please close the door to cargo bay and make sure Klondo is inside.
Closing door to cargo bay.
Oh yeah, Flint was going to play Dr. Theopolis today too.
Yeah, I know. I was just practicing my rigor mortis Dr. Theopolis. I figured he'd be like, Hal, but like really tired.
So the door starts to close. Judy, your arm is actually in the door.
Take it out quick.
Because you're holding on to
my arm back. Well, are I holding on to Klondo? Do I have to pull Klondo in?
Only halfway through.
Okay, so you're gonna pull Klondo through. All right, 1 through 5. We're gonna have Klondo.
Oh no!
You pull Klondo halfway through the door, and the door is sealed.
Oh.
I saw the Mandalorian. I know what this looks like. It's awesome.
And so you have like.
I can still talk. I can still talk out of this side of the mouth here in the door.
Yeah, he's now jammed in the door. So his arm's jammed in the door. There, you hear a slight sucking sound. You create a full seal with the door, and Dr. Theopolis is like, "We have a seal issue."
Not for long. Where's the surgery?
Oh no!
Go ahead, Zach.
Am I dead again?
I think we need the surgery tools like 1875, like about that era of technology. We can take care of it. Better stuff is faster, but
well, you've got plenty of the monoblades on.
Taking the part of Klondo that's inside the ship and separating it from the rest, because some Klondo is better than no Klondo, I think.
Oh.
All right. So there's like a shoulder and an arm, and Barney walks up and he's like pulls out his knife and cuts it.
And I shake his hand.
And
no.
Yeah, so you're holding the arm kind of like a Return of the Living Dead style, and Klondo, you hear Klondo go, "Whoa!" And let's see here, Klondo. He actually takes out 2 of the Tinkers as he flies, bouncing across the cargo, sucked out the door, and then turns in place. So Dr. Theopolis is currently waking up another Klondo.
Oh.
Well, the 1.5 Klondo sounds like a show.
Is that the kind of show we want to watch?
Naked Klondo arm now.
For my backpack.
All right.
You never know.
You begin to hear scratching at the door in like a drilling sound.
Yeah, we got some tinkers in there. I don't know how we want to handle that.
Violently.
They're the crew, so we might want to try saving them, boss.
I don't know. I think that violently I keep them in line. They used to have the drummers for the slave ships. We can do the same kind of thing.
Aren't they decomposing though?
remember the Tinkers are Jennies, and the Jennies all got infected with that virus.
Virus.
Oh yeah.
So how many naked condos do we have?
Not enough.
1.5.
One per. We can do 2 per episode. Just keep Flint going.
Oh, okay. I'm a new model of Clondo. I will not fail like that last Clondo. Or do I? Maybe this new Clondo wants
He
to
doesn't know
die
that he's
spectacular.
a clone, though.
Well, he'll find out when I slap him with his own arm. That's awesome.
So
My
Clondo,
DNA was screaming at me. I am a clone.
So I guess the question is, what will we do for a Clondo bear? Sorry, I couldn't help myself.
poor
No,
Clondo.
it's worth it.
I don't know, but at least it's not a Clondo Dyke.
Yikes.
I just you know.
She said it. She's a woman. She can say all kinds of stuff now that we better not say. She's excellent at this.
My question is, do we need this crew, or can we crew this ship ourselves?
Oh, the Tinkers are actually not from the ship. They're boarding from outside the ship. The crew of the ship is all Black Barney. So basically, they're all your friends. The regular crew.
Not my friends. They're my crew.
They're your crew, yeah. So they're Barney's crew, but they're your Peg and Judy's friends. And the Tinkers are these little rat-like people that.
Wait, are those the ones that are infected with the Jenny 19 virus?
Yeah, the ones that were running your little robot factory, your Tweaky factory, actually.
Blow them into space.
That's Amidala's Tweaky factory. Thank you.
That's true. That's true.
So they're all wearing masks, I assume.
Nope, they look partly decomposed, and they're trying to come through the door, which is funny because they weren't armed, but you hear drilling sounds.
Those guys on our ship infecting anything else?
We can actually get.
Do we have any other Jennies on our crew?
No Jennies at all. Oh, you have the half Jenny. You have the unisig surgeon.
Yeah, I really don't think we should have them on the crew, so we might just.
Go ahead, Zach.
I'm just reading through the list of things I've got. We got 2 heavy acceleration guns. Can I shoot those inside?
Oh, you don't have that ship. You have the Free Enterprise too.
We got. Oh man! All right. Great.
I think I would turn to Black Barney and say, what do we want to do here? Can we get our weapons?
I say eject them into space. If they've got a virus, they're starting to decompose. We have a half Clondo with us. We got to have this for good luck, like a trinket. Let's get on a bulkhead, sealed off, and launch them into space. It's like, it's like using bleach out of quarantine, man. Out.
Yeah.
Right. So, Dr.
Protected.
Go ahead, Scrug.
I was saying I want to make sure that cargo is protected. I feel like if we lose the cargo during this process, then it's all.
Yeah, let's not lose the cargo. We went through a lot of stuff to get that cargo.
These decomposing virus guys.
Judy almost died getting that cargo and got her first kill.
I don't know. Virus people make me nervous. I'm telling you. I saw on drama stream.
No. I have no problem getting rid of the virus people.
What is the cargo? I hate to take out a game character. What are we cargoing?
Well, actually, they never.
We don't know yet.
Out. They were too busy blowing up the ship.
Is it alive? Is it drugs? Is it smuggled? Is it coins? Is it pillows?
We don't know. That's why we need to get the bay storage bay.
So we can lose our lives protecting a whole bunch of stuffed animals. Badass. I like it.
All right, Dr. Theopolis warns you. Intruders on 2nd level, aft side.
Seal it off. I told you seal it off, Dr. Theopolis. She's not listening. Like
they're boarding from a different section, Barney.
Oh, good Lord. I'm looking at the ship map now.
And they're currently trying to access the mainframe.
Well, okay. Siska? Peg?
Yep.
Do you think you can handle the mainframe? Because weren't you in the control room looking for like switches or some console stuff?
I was looking for a way to see what goes on, but my tech skills aren't great, but I'll do it, boss.
Well, anything's better than what we got with you there. Just you. Save the world.
All right, so
you met me?
In Peg's case,
I believe in you.
You hear it sounds like scratching sound coming from outside the ship, and then you hear like a rubber.
I hear this.
Yeah, you hear it. You hear a tearing of metal, and you hear a clink, 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 and then you hear like the shutting of like an emergency seal. And Dr. Theopolis is like, Peg, there is a creature crawling through the air duct just above you.
Well, I'm actually going to. Well, okay, so I'm going to throw myself on the cargo apparently, and defend it with my life and a drawn weapon.
Hey, boss, we got some things crawling around in the duct.
Well, I
Is
wanted to
there-
kill things, and then I'm supposed to save cargo. Now I have to kill things again. I'm getting confused, and I want my own ship. It's not fair.
Why do we like you again?
Nobody likes me. I read the back of the card.
Okay. Let's get this organized. So everyone roll a d10, and we'll go in a little circle here to make
Does Clondo roll a D10 too?
Yeah, Clondo can roll a d10 as his naked ass runs down the hallway.
Is this kind of like having the speaking stick?
No,
Yeah.
I only rolled a 3.
I rolled a 0.
Black Barney's going last.
I rolled an 8.
You rolled an 8, Judy? Siska?
I rolled a 0.
0. So you and Black Barney go last. Scrug?
Ladies first.
Roll the 6.
All right, so Clondo goes first, then Scrug, then Judy, and then Black Barney and Peg.
Get him.
Oh, God.
All right. Clondo's rolls an 8.
For what?
He told me to roll first.
Oh no, you go first, not roll first.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm just running along randomly. I found that I die everything else I'm doing, so I'm just doing something random.
All right. So as you're running down the hallway, you're doing something random, butt naked. A grate from the ceiling drops down, and a tinker drops down. When he hits the deck, like part of his skin falls off his leg, and you see there's metal where the bone should be.
Oh, space leprosy, yuck.
And he's got like
They're quite disgusting.
Little metal tentacles that are weaving around outside the hole in his leg.
Every time I say tentacles,
Do they look like they're trying to heal it, or what are they? What are the tentacles?
They look like they're
wiggling?
trying to merge with the electronics on the wall.
Well, I got nothing to lose, so I don't know what. Do I have any weapons? What?
Save my ship.
Yeah. Okay. So we're trying to merge the electronics in the wall, and I'm running around buck naked, and I'm not going to do what immediately came to my mind to do, because that's really rude. And I have no weapon. Okay, so I'll do the alt version of what I was planning on doing, and that is I will. If I see in anything, is there any kind of a fire thing I can trigger, something that'll cause trouble for the electronics?
Everything's run through Dr. Theopolis. You do have the grate though that fell down from the ceiling. That's pretty heavy.
Oh, okay, all right, yeah. So yeah, and am I strong enough to do that now that I got like 3 arms? If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Am I strong enough to do that?
Yep, you could definitely do
All
that.
right. All right, I take the grate and try to smash the miserable little
bastard. Roll 1d10. Let's see if your dice are still cursed. Roll low.
Oh, I did honestly roll a 1.
Oh, nice. Okay, so you grab the grate and butt naked as you are, you smash the little tinker, and he goes flying into the wall. So where you hit him, the skin that you hit on his face peels off inside the grate, and so now you see there's like metal underneath where the muscle should be, and there's little metal tentacles that are kind of reaching out and stuff. Not too far, probably like 2 to 3 inches.
But does he look like he's worse for the wear, or is he pretty undamaged by me?
The flesh part of him is definitely messed up. It looks like he's got freezer burn and God knows what else.
Because I was trying to figure out how to use his skin for clothes, because I'm tired of running around butt naked, but that'd be pretty disgusting.
Wow.
You'd lose all your charm if you did that.
Yeah, that's right. I do have a lot of charm. I've been feeling pretty charming lately. Okay, so that's what I've done. What's everybody else doing?
All right, Scrug, you're next.
So I would and I would move into the cargo hold and head towards where Black Barney is, since he's kind of laid out on top of the cargo right now. And
defending my life.
Yeah, and see if I can assist Barney. And so I have the weapon drawn, ready to go.
All right. So I'm not sure how Black Barney got inside the cargo hold, but that's okay. It's Zach. It's Zach. Okay, Zach, and it could be worse. But so we'll say that Barney opened the door back up, and Dr. Theopolis closed another door further down to keep it from sucking you all out into space. So you open the door up. You see 4 of those little tinker creatures, and they look like they're trying to a couple of them are like licking control panels, and you see like little tentacles coming out, metal tentacles coming out of their mouths. A couple are heading towards Barney, and then there's one heading towards you.
So I'd be calling out over the comms that I think they're trying to fuse with the ship to take it over, and then I'd be trying to blast the one that's nearest to me, actively trying to interface with the ship.
I believe in you.
If you look on your character sheet, the bottom right-hand corner. See, I remember this one, Cisco. You can't give me crap for it now.
You only remember because I did.
I'll give you the roll number and you tell me.
Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect.
Okay, I'm rolling now. I got a 1.
Oh, jeez. Flint, you can bring more guests
Oh,
on.
here.
Yeah, I know. I bring, my luck is turned.
Flint,
I bring that with me.
He brings guests in the show, and they all roll good. But we bring guests, and they terrible.
You rolled terrible, so the fact that I got a 1.
All right, so you hit him. How much damage does your rocket rifle? I believe it's a rocket rifle, right? That you've got.
Yeah, and I have no idea.
What's the number
14.
next?
14. I had the same weapon.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's nasty. All right, so you hit it. You literally blow the tinker apart. Parts go flying everywhere. You see like a little arm, a little leg, his tail, and it hits the deck. And you see like little tentacles like squealing out of the each of the severed limbs. And then of course there's no torso left. You literally blew it apart. And then the head slides across the deck and actually slides right out the opening in the door out into space.
This became Roadhouse horror filled fast.
So the thing I'd want to do is examine the pieces that are still there, because it seems like killing them is not enough to kill them. It seems like there's still pieces of this thing that are active.
Yeah.
Are they near the cargo? Because that's the important part.
So I'd be sharing that. I'd be yelling at Black Barney that I think even after you kill them, they're still alive.
Okay.
Save the cargo.
And also,
Anyway.
as a ship's engineer, Scrug, if you want to jury rig stuff or you have some crazy idea, let us know and we'll tell you if you can make it work. So,
Okay.
at least in the comics, Scrug could just like jury rig shit out of thin air, which I always thought was impressive.
MacGyver of the century, man. I know.
Yeah. Let me think what I can MacGyver here.
All right, Judy.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm
Not Judy, not Peg. You roll a 10. You just sit there.
So I'm probably still by the cargo hold.
Yep.
Where Black Barney's holding onto the cargo, and now Scrug's up here shooting them. So I would have just saw what Scrug did and noticed that they're still alive because he's yelling that out to Black Barney. Is there some way, Scrug, that we could do something to reopen the cargo hold? We have the cargo secured. Maybe we can get them sucked out into space. Or are they going to hold on like they did last time?
I think it's a great idea. I think if we can anchor Black Barney down so that he doesn't get sucked out as well, then I think we could try and reopen the cargo and see what.
As long as the cargo's safe, I can go out and save the ship, man. Everybody needs one of those.
Well, could we pull Black Barney? Well, because there'd still be gravity because we shut the door. Could we get Black Barney back inside and then shut the door that separates us from the cargo hold and then open it?
Yeah. I can try and get to Black Barney and help him, get back into the main part of the ship.
Okay, I'm gonna man the door. Can I also shoot at one of the Jenny tweaky things?
Go right ahead.
Whatever one's going towards Black Barney.
Oh, I feel awesome.
I'm shooting. Let's see. That's a 7. I rolled a 2.
Oh, nice. Okay, you hit.
Awesome.
How much damage did you do, Kate?
How much damage did I do? Let me see. I'm shooting my pistol. It's a 6.
Okay. So there's a laser pistol, right?
Yep.
All right. So you fire your laser pistol, and one of the tinkers walking towards Barney, like spontaneously combusts from the laser beam. So you hit him. He smolders a little bit, and because actually he doesn't, because there's a vacuum. So never mind. He smolders, and you burn a hole in him. And he kind of switches and turns and starts walking towards you.
Okay.
Good job. I know I'm going to miss now because everybody else is kicking behind.
All right, I have to pause for a second because I do need to let Mike do his advertisements. I know DCP, you got to go soon, so we'll try to get this rolled back around. Go ahead, Mike.
I got a heroic way to go, man.
All right. Okay, yeah, we've got a couple of Indiegogos to advertise. We've got one that viewers of the show may already be familiar with, Black Tide Rising Volume 1 from my company, Hound Dog Media, which is the adaptation of New York Times bestselling author John Ringo's epic zombie series by comics legend Chuck Dixon, the co-creator of the Batman villain Bane, who many of you are probably already familiar with. So we'll run that really quick. And that actually, I'll run the other one first. Black Tide Rising actually reached its funding goal last week. It's got a couple of days left, and after which it will go into in-demand status, which means we will still accept pre-orders through the production cycle. So we'll go ahead and start off with Frog God Games, and that is Moondaughter's Fate. And let me get the screen share pulled up here, and we'll take a look at that first. Let's see here. And find it here. And there we go. Now we're in set. Yeah, Moondaughter's Fate, a mid-level adventure based on Chinese folklore for fantasy RPGs. Looks like it is also fully funded with a few days left. Go ahead and jump in there and back it. Fraud God Games makes really good stuff, and it is very much worth your time. Zach, is there anything you'd like to, in particular, like to add on that and tell the audience?
One thing I want to say is that Alice, the author, Alice Payne, came to us because she wanted to do a very authentic and true to Chinese myth folklore as close as she could, because she didn't ever think it had been done very well in modern fantasy RPGs. And so she wrote this. She pitched it, wrote it, got it to us. It's really cool. It's really different. The art's beautiful. If you're at all interested in any kind of standard fantasy to try, this is one that's nice. It's about 36 pages, full color, great art, and a wonderful story.
Yeah, and that
is Pathfinder and Swords and Wizardry, which is basically our first edition clone.
Very nice. Yeah, awesome artwork. Looks like there's quite a few stretch goal supplements on there. That are there any of those that are pending an unlock, or?
Well, what we do is we wind up making extra digital extras. We make things for virtual tabletops and for player handouts and such.
Outstanding. All right.
We don't do in demand. We churn these around quickly because we do about 2 of them a month. So
gotcha. Okay, that makes perfect sense. And that is Moondaughter's Fate. Go check it out. And next up, we will go to the one that other viewers of the show are already familiar with, and that is Black Tide Rising Volume 1. And hopefully the audio actually works this time. I have trouble with that when I try to play the trailer, but I think I've got that figured out. And there we go. We're on that. And let's get that started right now.
As the H7D3 virus spirals out of control, some experts suspect it to be a man-made disease. We're receiving worldwide reports of the infected going crazy and biting anyone they can reach.
It was time to leave Manhattan. We're safer than most. It wouldn't last. Of all the things we saw in a city on the brink was a goth metal concert in Washington Square Park. The lights and the noise brought the infected. They were just part of the city now, like muggers or those crazy cabbies. We didn't expect any help. It was just my family, my uncle's security team, and my favorite shotgun. I told my sister this was a bad idea. Usually she's the responsible one, but she just had to see a concert before the end of the world. Now that's how you handle a zombie apocalypse. Sometimes the hardest part is pretending you're not excited. The infected just kept coming, damn it. But it didn't stop the concert. The crowd was almost as bad as the stupid zombies. Mom and Dad's prepping, the shooting drills back home, it all paid off that night. We were low on ammo, no cell signal, and it was time to go. We cleared a path. The band kept playing, and then the entire city went dark, except for the concert.
Hound Dog Media presents Black Tide Rising, Volume 1, a thrilling new graphic novel based on the epic book series by New York Times best-selling author John Ringo. Adapted by legendary comics writer Chuck Dixon, Black Tide Rising follows the struggles and triumphs of a family who must rally the scattered remnants of humanity to restore civilization when a man-made epidemic ends the world as we know it.
Help us save the world. Pre-order now.
All right, and that was our trailer for Black Tide Rising Volume 1, the epic zombie series from New York Times bestselling author John Ringo, adapted into graphic novel form by comics legend Chuck Dixon, with art by Marvel DC veteran Derlis Santa Cruz, who most recently drew the Tomb Raider comic for Dark Horse Comics, colors by Brett Smith, and an outstanding cover, which you'll see right here, by Dave Dorman. And as we covered before, that is now we are fully funded on that one, and we're actually approaching the first stretch goal at 50,000. Pull it back up here. Indiegogo's not wanting to cooperate on the screen share just right away. There we are, and there we've got our Dave Dorman cover. We've got a lot of different reward perks still here. A few days left on some of these. Some we will have to shut down once we go into production, particularly the ones that involve actually you being drawn into the graphic novel. We do actually have a couple of those, but you can get autographed books by author John Ringo, by the comics team, by Chuck Dixon, Brett Smith, Derlis Santa Cruz, and Dave Dorman. And you can also buy books for active service members, and we will actually get those out to various bases around the country and around the world through the online fan clubs from John Ringo and Chuck Dixon. And back to you, Jay.
All right. So we left off with the wonderful world of. Don't forget to back their Indigos, the Raw God stuff, and of course, go buy the Chuck Dixon thing. That's pretty cool too. Mike, who reminded me, thank you very much for.
Yeah, we appreciate the backing, Jay. That's and I will say real quick. We got 3 days left on the main campaign. We want to push that up as much as we can. We've got 2 stretch goals, $50,000. We're going to go ahead and add an extra 8 pages and make that 56 pages. And if we can get it up to 60, then we're going to make that a full 64 full color pages. And we will be going in demand on that one. So we're going to have a little more time to hit those goals.
All right. So let's see, where do we leave off? Kate, blah, and then Siska, what are you going to do? You hear Klondo in the hallway smashing something.
Am I in the cockpit or am I just in like the auxiliary room?
One of the
next to it with all the mechanics.
You're near the
okay,
bridge.
but I hear the thing going above.
You're supposed to be in here helping me.
Yeah, what you heard above you went out into the hallway, and then you heard a crashing sound, and then you heard Klondo be Klondo.
Okay, so I'm going to stick my head out, and I see Klondo has got distracted by Black Tide Rising. Not unusual. So, what?
He's well dressed, though, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm looking real crisp.
Black Tide Rising is. I'm not sure about Klondo.
I just backed Black Tide Rising.
The clock's ticking. I'm going to lose a couple players here in a minute here. So.
Okay, so I'm going to go back up. The Jenny, is he knocked over? Stop that.
Yeah,
the Jenny, is he?
Yeah.
What?
It's knocked over.
Okay, and it's still trying to get into the computers, right?
Well, it's now turning its attention to Klondo.
Okay, I'm going to shoot the Jenny.
All right. Give us a roll. Remember to roll low.
2?
Okay, I'll call that a hit.
Man, that means I'm going when he's in roll low.
How much damage there, Peg?
Peg, pistols 8.
All right, you fire and you knock the Jenny's head completely off, or should I say you explode the head as it topples back and slides down the hallway with this little tentacles coming out of the neck stump.
So I'm trying to think, is there going to be a closet where it can't get out of, or a container that I can put it in?
Yeah, unfortunately, the ship was not designed for closets and vanities, so that's something you guys have been working on. You guys have been working on making adjustments to the interior of the ship since you were given it for the test flight. So you haven't quite ripped off all the panels off the walls yet.
Okay, so there's no place to put this where it can stay contained. Is there?
Nope.
I'm going to yell out to the ship's engineer. We need a place to contain these things.
I'm checking the goods, man.
So Dr. Theophilus asks you, Peg, would you like me to activate the internal defense network?
Yes.
He's just crap. He's like, how?
Internal defense network activated. And all of a sudden the hallway lights up with like red lasers everywhere. And yeah. So now down to the cargo area, which doesn't have internal defense areas, which is where we'll get to the end.
I was just going to say, turn on the internal defense. Dr. Theophilus, please expel all those nasty creatures. They're awesome.
Captain Barney, in order to expel those creatures, I will be required to expel you and everyone inside the cargo bay.
Look, if I have to save Klondo, if I have to give myself up, I will. But all these goods stay.
Are you aware of what are in those containers, Mr. Barney?
No one knows.
Well, so
I'm actually going to shoot one of the guys that are coming in. Just rather waste your time for the short.
Dr. Theophilus, do you know what's in the containers?
Of course I do. I scanned the containers when you brought them on board. Otherwise, I wouldn't have left you.
So what's in the containers?
I'm not
Nothing useful.
Can I shoot one?
Yes, you can. Go ahead, Zach. Roll low.
I'll be down to 1. I can't believe it.
Jeez, you guys have jinxed the dice today.
I was sure I'd get a 10. You all were doing good.
That's great. You hit. What are you at? You rocket pistol?
No, I hit. I pirouette, shoot, and hit, man. It's just like the Matrix kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, Barney's like doing the cowboy thing on the crates and just starts opening fire.
14.
All right, you take out another one of the little ratty tinkers as his chest explodes and flies back against the wall.
I say a witty short catchphrase afterwards because that's what you do.
All right, JZP, do you need a bail?
I do.
Right, thank you very much for joining our show.
Thank you. It's such a pleasure to be here and meet everybody. And
well, he'll be back.
Really
we'll be coming back.
Oh,
this
yeah,
will be
for
our
sure.
Forum for closet cleaner updates.
Great.
Absolutely. Thank you, JZP, and you're welcome back anytime.
Thank you so much. Have a good one, guys.
Bye, folks. Gotta take off too.
Oh, Flynn, you're leaving too?
Yeah, I got to take off. Yes.
Well, finally, you start having fun. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I know. Exactly. Well, I want to be someone other than Klondo next time because it's kind of depressing.
And a little bit like.
Well, then you should schedule your contractor to show up at 5 o'clock during our show.
Oh, okay. All right, I'll do that.
Okay, so now it's oh man, it's Zach and you two.
Don't sound so excited.
I don't know, Zach. Maybe I should have had Skeeter come on.
No, you never do that. That's always resorting to the last minute. Like that's like turning on the Omega 35 machine or whatever it was from. You don't know what's going to happen. It'll be weird though.
Okay, so now we've got this. It'll be Kate, Peg, and then Zach. Then, so yeah, what are we? Oh, you want to suck the?
Well, I'll do it again. I don't mind. I'll keep on firing.
Actually,
Dr. Theophilus, what do you recommend?
You now, because we're down to 3 players, you get the number of attacks equal to whatever skill thing you're doing. So if you look on your character sheet, if your combat says 3, you get 3 actions per turn. So that's one of the new rules we wrote into it that some of you saw over the week.
It says 20.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
I agree. I can see from here.
Zach, keep it up, and I'm gonna tell. No. Yeah, I know that doesn't work. It had to be the other way. If your wife was giving me grief, I'd be like, "Hey, wait till you hear all the cool other stuff that Flint has that he hasn't shown yet."
Yeah, I'm gonna kill you for that. Just what I need. I got 7,000 books. I need 500 more. Great.
I know. It's like I was thinking the other day, so with all my trade paperbacks, I'm like, I'm out of shelf space. I have to remove that Rue Morgue magazine collection. I'm not going
to comment. I have nothing to say that's useful.
I have a friend who needed an entire moving truck just for her books. So
I understand. It's smart.
That is my goal one day in life.
Get yourself a pod.
I believe in you. So, am I shooting something?
Yes. Go ahead and roll for another. Everyone, anyone who's in the cargo bay, that'd be Kate and Barney. Go ahead and roll. Roll one more time.
2, 2, and 4.
Oh, that's good.
I got
14
4.
each.
How many? What's your
Do you want me
combat?
to roll 3 times?
Combat's 3.
Go ahead, roll 3.
So 4, 6, and 8.
All right. So lasers
We
and
appreciate
rockets
it.
are flying everywhere. Kate, are you okay? You look a little tired today, kid.
No, I'm good.
Yeah.
I went through midterms in college just now, so it's been a week.
Oh boy, I feel old. Well, that just made me feel ancient.
Loyalty is a great thing when my former student shows up to the show, even though I know she's burned. Thank you, Kate. I will make it up to you.
Give her name.
So you guys are firing rockets and lasers everywhere, and the Tinkers are flying and blowing apart, and bits and chunks and stuff are blowing up in the air.
Like confetti.
Like confetti. Like burning oh no, it's not burning confetti because there's no oxygen. Which
like disease confetti flying out. Okay, I got you. Got a trail behind the ship of frozen gross stuff. Got it.
It's more
like a dirty comment.
It's more like the frozen ice cream you get at the Smithsonian, right? It's just animal parts instead.
Oh God.
Yuck. This is like the ending game, dude. It really is.
And so what remains of the Tinkers that you guys have been blowing apart are like there's bones, and then you see like the little tentacles wrapped around the bones, and then it looks like there's like a little metal thing stuck in their skulls. So their jaws are open. It looks like there's like a little metal eye peeking out.
No.
Shoot it.
Siska in
Burn it with
the
fire.
Power, right?
What?
And Siska in the hallway. You have.
Power.
I'm in the hallway.
Siska, it's shredded. I mean, Dr. Theopolis has wiped out your issue. And
Okay,
we take
okay.
Barney and Judy, what are you gonna do?
Well, Barney should get out of the cargo hold so that way we can open the door and flush the rest of them out, like me and Scrug were originally going to do. So I'm going to go to grab Black Barney.
Oh, sure. Go back to plan A. That would have worked earlier. Great. As long as the cargo is safe, I will go out there. Otherwise, I will maintain my vigilance.
Ensure that the cargo is secured and get the flip out.
Okay, I'm flipping out.
The cargo is netted down, so
that doesn't mean anything. Okay, I'm going.
All right, so you two barrel out of the cargo area.
Sachet, but yeah.
And the door actually can't shut because it's been ripped open. So you guys run up the hallway further, and Dr. Theopolis warns you. He's like, oh, actually, Dr. Theopolis opens the door.
That's great.
Why?
Because that's what something's coming. Look at his face.
Dr. Theopolis opens the door, and you see that further down there's another blast door shut. And the creatures are slowly starting to come out your way. Dr. Theopolis you can't hear him because there's no air. So you just see little red arrows pointing in the direction of the other door.
So I run that way like an emergency exit, right? That's what we're going to think it is, right?
Yep. We're going to assume it's that.
You guys barrel for the door. The door shuts behind you, and then you hear a whooshing sound.
Am I in space?
No, your whooshing sound is the other dudes get things.
We'll start saying Major Tom, man.
And Dr. Theopolis is like, infestation purged, cargo purged.
Okay, what was it? Now he can tell us what it was at least.
Dr. Theopolis said he knew what it was.
What was in the cargo? What was the cargo, Dr. Theopolis?
I don't know. I was practicing that thing you humans call humor.
I'm sure it was drugs. Always is. Can't trust those tweaky guys.
Hey, drugs could sell good for good money, man.
Hey, man, who are you talking to? I'm Black Barney, man. I'm the dirty cop side of the Buck Rogers team.
So the ship
How dirty?
Not dirty enough. Clondo is dirtier.
Yeah, Clondo DD'd everybody's freaking coffee cups. So
at least I have his extra arm.
All right, so the hallway.
Just beat him with it from now on when he does something stupid.
It was going to be a relic like Saint Clondo. His arm of Saint Clondo.
The hallway repressurizes, and Dr. Theopolis informs you, he's like, I've tracked down the master signal to those creatures that were trying to board the ship. I recommend we leave the space immediately. I'm detecting over
3,000
creatures.
I get behind the cockpit of my powerful ship and we fly as fast as possible away from this, whichever direction that way is. Dr. Theopolis, point the way.
So you're literally going to hit the thrusters and go?
Hell yes, I am.
All right. So you hit the thrusters and go, and the only person not holding on is Klondo.
Oh, no.
Who flies down the hallway
I have part of it.
Unsecured and splats against the wall horribly.
No,
as brains and everything gets busted apart. So
Squish!
Yep. I have his arm. I'm doing one hand
Klondo.
thing. And while Barney's waving Klondo's arm forward like a saber.
No, it's more like a
Right direction. Okay, so the ship is off. Okay, so that's actually the end of the episode tonight. This was a shorter one because we had the auction stuff to talk about.
I wanted to fire the acceleration gun. Oh, man.
Well,
you'll have to come back next time.
We'll see. I think I may have been kicked off permanently because I tried to kill everybody by saving the probably stuffed animal, like carts.
The drug stuffed animals.
There are 40 things of Kleenex wipes because of the space herpes or whatever those guys had.
So in 2 weeks, we'll be back with the conclusion of the 3-part serial. So what we did, Zach, is we broke down the Buck stuff into serials episodes. So instead of doing 2 hours, we did an hour, which of course makes it, you do basically like a scene, and then you go to the next scene, which is the next episode.
And then however actor's cheap that week. Yeah, I get it. That's me.
Yeah, so you're always welcome on the show. I will always make sure you have a character anyways. We do it every other week because
he works for opportunities to spend his money.
No, see, now I really should stay off. I do collect, and I know the stuff they worked on pretty well. And I want to get some of this so my friends don't get it. That's the problem with collecting.
Okay. There's a fine line between collecting and hoarding.
No, it's not collecting. This is war. This is more like looting. I have to have it so my friend Steve does not, or Bill Meinhardt. I have a couple of friends who collect all this stuff. I want it first because I do.
Yeah,
because he's not competitive.
No, it's not competitive. I just like to be a jerk to those two.
Between Zach's food photos, his vintage video game photos, and the gaming stuff, it's like every time you post a picture from a Commodore 64 game, I'm like, hey, I think I have that in a bin downstairs. It's like, oh, I want to play. And I'm like, son of a bitch. Why?
I am peak nerd. I don't have any kids, and I work at a game company, so I have nothing to do but more nerdery. So I'm sorry. I won't impress you with my CV.
I'm getting a thank you from Jennifer.
Is that my wife thanking you? Oh, great.
Yes.
I'm doomed.
We have tons of awesome.
Jay Parker, it's your fault again.
We have tons of awesome stuff that will be up for sale for the auctions and stuff that Zach will have to have.
Maybe.
You know what's the best way of doing it, Zach? You acquire it, you lord over your friends having it, and then you donate it to a charity auction.
Or I just lie to him and say I have it and don't worry about any of it, right? No.
That would work too.
Well, it has worked in the past. No, I'm just kidding.
All right, so next week on Buck Rogers, we are going to go to the source and find out where all these little tentacle robot things came from, and that'll be our conclusion of the kicking arse with Black Barney. I see.
Looking up now. Spoilers.
So Zach, do you have the comic books too?
I have some of them in the box and not here. I had the entire run of the game though, and actually, I like it a lot more than I expected I would when I got it. So it's well done. I just didn't get the sales it should have.
You know what's interesting is the TSR Buck Rogers. So I was reading it, and I was working on Cyberpunk Red, and it was like you could tell that Pondsmith wrote Buck Rogers because there's so much cyberpunk in the Buck Rogers game.
Yeah, no, it's very well done. I was surprised how much I liked it just because when I was a kid, Buck Rogers, I want more D&D, damn it. And I keep seeing these ads like, who cares about that? Because I think of the little robot guy. Like, who wanted that? Right? Now I see it. It's actually very well done and very cool. I have the adventure game too. So
I have a tattoo on my arm that says "Fight the Good Fight" from the Buck Rogers advertisement from back in the day.
Oh, so cute.
I don't have a tattoo. The only one I would get is the Spacing Guild logo. But even then, I'm not sure. I'm afraid, Niels. I'm kind of not very tough.
Just get it on your back. You won't even know. You won't see the needle ever.
I'll feel it though. See, you're missing the point.
No, it's not a problem. I did a tattoo and I'm afraid of needles.
Well, you're tougher than me. I believe that.
No, probably
Which
not.
is interesting because if you meet Zach, Zach is very tall and foreboding, like in person. So my wife's like, "How is he going to handle online gaming?" Because he's not at the table with us, and it's just like, I don't know. That's a good question.
I don't know. How tall is he?
He's taller. You're taller than me.
Yeah, I'm about 6'1".
That's not that tall.
We're about the same.
How would I handle online gaming? I work for a game company. So it's like one of my very few professional obligations.
We had Zach play the Alien game, and it's like he was playing the company guy, and I'm like, it's like how many people could he possibly F over the entire time he sat at the table? So it's like, wow, this is interesting. I'd never met Zach before, and so Ian McGarty set it up. It's like, we should run this game, and I'm like,
just to kill me.
People.
Yeah. No, I know. I was a setup from the beginning. I know how it goes.
Well, I mean, when you're gaming, you're sitting down most of the time anyways.
Yeah.
So it's not a problem. Granted, 6'1" isn't that tall to me, despite my last name.
No, I don't think it's that tall. I don't think it's that tall either, personally, but that's because that's exactly how tall I am, right?
Well, okay. My shortest sibling is 6'4".
Oh, that's not tall. No.
Yeah, well, my last name is Small.
Is what?
Small.
Small? Of course it is. Awesome.
All right. So we have to wrap this up because I don't want to drag the show, and I don't want to keep Zach any longer than I told him I'd keep him. So we're already 13 minutes over, the lucky number. Again, check out Frog God Game Stuff. Look, they produce quality material, and honestly, I moved away from Wizards of the Coast 100% to use Swords and Wizardry and buy the Frog God stuff. They're a great fan base. The people that work there are sketchy as hell, but they're some of the nicest people, the most straight up people you're going to meet in the industry today.
It's like the diners that are the holes in the wall. That's where you find the best stuff. So I imagine it's probably the same for the games too.
So go buy Frog God stuff. The staff is fantastic. They treat the fans right, which is probably one of the most important things to me about their company. So
I'm blushing now.
And Zach, thank you.
We push about 30 titles a year for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, Pathfinder 1st edition, and Swords and Wizardry, which is just whatever you played when you were 12.
Outstanding. Hey,
you remember.
Yeah. And as we close out, just like to thank everyone for tuning in today. And if you haven't yet, be sure to get your copy of The Games Master, Almost Famous in the Geek 80s, which is Flint Dille's book, and is currently available in hardcover at most major booksellers like Amazon, Barnes & Noble. It is also available in ebook format at the Kindle store, and the audiobook is available at Audible. And if you ordered a Kindle copy by mistake and Amazon previously canceled it, which was a little issue the publisher had, they send their apologies along now, and they want to let everybody know that it is available now. And Rare Bird Publishing, the publisher in question, actually also carries autographed copies at their site. We've got that in the show links. If you enjoyed the show, just be sure and give us a like and subscribe to the channel on YouTube. And give us a like on Facebook. And if you've got suggestions for future shows, leave them in the comments. We're always open to them. Thanks, everyone. And we'll see you again for another Buck Rogers game in 2 weeks.
Thank you, everybody.
Zach, thank you very much.